We're going to look at the analysis features of the EYFS Tracker. To get to the analysis section, you click on the analysis link in the main menu up here. And I get a series of different reports. They're arranged into these 4 tabs here. So you've got pupil or child reports, summary reports, which are like an analysis of groups or your whole school or setting, individual development matter reports, which are analysis of the early years outcomes, and there are some FSP, EYFSP reports if you are a school with reception cohort and you're submitting your EYFSP data through the EYFS Tracker. The first time you use the EYFS Tracker, or before you've entered any information, for example, if you're on one of our free 6-week trials, you obviously won't have any data to see what these reports look like. So what we've done is we've got a sample reports document that we recommend people take a look at, and this will give you a flavour of the sort of information you'll be able to get out of the system. I'm just going to click on that now. And I'll just scroll down, and it just shows some of the different reports. It gives you a little bit of explanation of these reports as well. If I want to run a report, I can do so simply by clicking on one of these links over here. So let's say I want to run a pupil or child report, and I want to click P2A. So this is child development stage over time. You'll see some of these reports look very similar. So these two, for example, look identical. However, this P2A report says HML in the top corner, which means it's going to show an analysis of the high, medium, and low breakdown, whereas this report is just at the age stage level. So this will just show the overarching age bands, like your 16 to 26 months, whereas this will break it down further into the high, medium, and low. Just to note that the pupil and child reports, the reason they're arranged in this section is these are the reports that have children's names on them. So most of these reports are 1 page per child, but there are a couple of reports that also show all children together listed out on 1 page. So I'm going to look at this P2A report, child development stage over time. Click on that. It's the report viewer. And what I can see within this blue section here is I've got, in this particular report, only 2 filters. The first filter you won't be able to change because you'll only be able to see your own setting. But I can choose which cohort I'm looking at. So most of the reports will have a series of filters across the top that allow you to change what you're looking at. It's a really important one, this underneath, which some people will miss, which is it says click the plus icon to view additional filters. So I'll do that now. I've now got a series of extra filters. So let's say I just want to run this report for, let's say, a particular teaching group and just a green group. I can change that filter and I'll click Run Report. And now it's going to rerun that report, but just for the green group. It's now showing I've only got 7 pages before I've made that filter change. There was 15 pages of this report. I'm going to take us back to the Any Teaching group again and click Run Report. I'm going to hide these filters again. It doesn't matter whether you do this or not, but just a bit tidier on the page. I'll hide that away. Again, here's the report underneath. So this particular report is showing for Hassan under personal, social and emotional development, the different assessments we've made. In 2017-18, we've made these 4 assessments, and then we've made 6 assessments in the 2018-19 year here. It's showing me how the development's changed over time, how our assessments have changed. And I scroll down and I can see the different assessments for the different areas of learning. I've got a couple of options if I want to print or export this report, which you can see over here. It says select a format, and I can either export it to Excel. So the benefit of doing that is I can then make some edits in the Excel document if I want to. I can also copy and paste information from Excel into other reports if I want to do that. So an export to Excel is really useful. Or you can also export it to a PDF file, which is obviously nicely formatted and ready for printing or emailing around. So if I click Acrobat, then I'm allowed to click on that export button, and that will save that PDF to your computer. The other thing to note about the different reports is some of them will span more than 1 page. In this case, it's showing that I'm on page 1 of 15, and if I want to cycle to the different pages of the report, I do so by clicking on these arrows at the top.